My hustle don't stop.
Greetings.
Yeah. You been blaming me? You ain't got no
Greetings, ladies and gentlemen.
You know, it's like they say, blame stands for big love making excuses.
Silly Chica.
I got 20s on 20s, can you see my vision? With precision I move forward.
Hey.
Can't be trapped by love, cause to me it's a prison.
Hey.
I know you say you love me, but we both know our future
Good
is
morning.
already written. Plain and simple.
My
Give
girl,
up the brand.
greetings. Good
It's
morning,
not
ladies and
until I'm finished.
gentlemen.
I hope you understand. Here we go. I could be around the time. I know you think I'm shady. I'm just out here making money. Why you try to blame me? Now you wanna throw a fit.
It drive me crazy.
We supposed to be together. Now you wanna blame me. Either way I go, I know you understand my grammar. I'ma keep on taking pictures in front of the camera. And when it's all said and done, we gon' be together. Why you keep on blaming me? Cause I'm doing better.
Yes. Good morning. Yes, happy Wednesday.
Cause I'm doing better.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen.
Cause I'm doing better.
Alright, it's showtime. It's showtime. Let's get it started, ladies and gentlemen.
Once upon a time we was Romeo and Juliet.
It's showtime.
Yeah.
CC. Let's do it, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go.
And I can't escape it.
Angela.
It's me, Zeus. It's deja vu when I'm running up these racks. I'm like the Terminator screaming, I'll be back. It's deja vu when I'm out here flying first class. It's like every week I gotta take out the trash. I'm on top of my game, class. You can tell that I made it, look at my grass. Cars in the garage with tanks full of gas. I play the game so raw, I won't finish last. Sitting in my living room screaming how we made it. This is how it's supposed to happen when you get your famous. The algorithm turned me to a maniac. I guess we going viral cause my zodiac. I got all these numbers on my spreadsheet. Benjamin Franklin is my bestie. And if they is my ex, that mean they left me. They don't get replies and they text me. I say it with my chest cause I mean it. Got a lot of confidence and you can see it.
Good morning.
Come on, be the master with a new whip. I'ma take off in a spaceship.
I'll tell you what, I haven't gone into Zeus's live in a couple of days. That shit was radical. It was horrible. I'm like, you've gone.
Zeus is going way off the rails. Thank you so much.
It's like
Dirty
deja
Red, you're
vu.
awesome too.
It's like deja vu.
Like that. Yeah.
It's deja vu when I'm running up these racks. I'm like the Terminator screaming, I'll be back. It's deja vu when I'm out here
Yes,
flying
ladies
first
and
class.
gentlemen.
It's like every week I gotta take out the trash. It's return of the Mac, they say I'm off the rails. I can't wait for you, I get it for myself. So many
Angela.
places to be, I got plenty.
Hey.
Act like you've been here before, we start trending. Don't mistake me for a little more goofy. Rockstar life is like a movie.
Hey.
Hollywood, where you be at? I remember when I used to drive a Fiat. Now they looking for me like I'm Ray Epps. It's a conspiracy how I keep on getting checks. This money keep on falling like it's dominoes. Special delivery and I got a lot to blow. Feeling like I've been here before. Deja vu is hitting me to the core. Then my beat flashing back once more. I'm feeling like I'm living in a metaphor. Yeah, it's deja vu. It's deja vu, I feel like I'm stuck in time. It's deja vu, I feel like I'm losing my mind. It's deja vu, I can't escape this rhyme.
Good morning.
It's deja vu, it's a never-ending climb.
Let's go.
It's deja vu when I'm running up these racks. I'm like the Terminator screaming, I'll be back. It's deja vu when I'm out here flying first class. It's
Good
like
morning,
every
today.
week I gotta take out the trash.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. You know what we do over here on this side of town, ladies and gentlemen. Inflation under control.
But can you still hear me out there, ladies and gentlemen? I just want to make sure you can still hear me. All right. Good morning, Toy. Nice to see you. Good morning. Good morning. Can you still hear me? All right, all right. Nice, nice. All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show. Welcome to today's morning show. Snuggles, okay, thank you for confirming. For those of you who don't know who I am, I go by the name of Zeus, or as some like to say, Triple H. And why do they call me Triple H? It's quite simple, ladies and gentlemen. The first H stands for honest. It's very important we are honest out here on social media, all right? And along those lines, I am the most honest person on social media. What's up, ex Godfather? Nice to see you. There's nobody more honest than me on social media. Listen, I promise to tell you nothing but the truth, so help me God, all right? The second H, ladies and gentlemen, is because greetings, good morning, Miss Boss Diva. The second H, ladies and gentlemen, is because I'm the most humble person on social media. If I get it wrong, I I truly will apologize from the bottom of my heart. Like yesterday, I'll give you a great example. Someone brought up a photo of what was it, Hunter Biden and Melania Trump. And it looked very real to Zeus. It really did look very real to me. But I got it wrong, ladies and gentlemen. That was not a real photo. It was a fake photo. All right. So, in the spirit of being humble, I have to apologize for those of you who I led down that path of believing lies and misinformation. I truly am sorry. Listen, if I get it wrong, I'll be the first to apologize. Right. All right. So that's how humble I am. And the last H, ladies and gentlemen, is because I am and will always remain the most handsome. I truly am the most handsome on social media. All right, there's nobody more handsome than me. All right, so along those lines, let's get started with today's content. But before I do, I have to let my friends on the right understand the type of programming this is. What we do over here on this side of TikTok is very special. We hold our friends on the right, especially their leader, Donald J. Trump, seditionist, treasonous Trump, 4 times indicted Trump, 91 felonies Trump. We hold them accountable. Cut it out, Snuggles. No, you cut it out. We hold them accountable for their dirty, disgusting deeds and their criminal acts that are in abundance. All right, in the good book, they say there's a season for everything, right? It's very clear to me that in the Republican Party, this is the season of evil. It's the season of sin. These Trump supporters are out here, they're possessed with a MAGA demon. And it's very important we rebuke that demon and cast that demon out. You're absolutely right. Donald Trump did fail you, Trump supporters, and he failed the United States of America. He failed at his job. I've never seen anybody get Trump had every tool in the toolbox to be successful as president, and he failed. Yes, he failed. He's a terrible leader. Worst president, exactly, Sherry. All right. So listen up, Trump supporters. You know the rules. I'm about to get started bringing down this very heavy hammer of truth. It's not broken. My hammer of truth is not broken. It's stronger than it's ever been, and it's oozing. It's oozing with truth. All right. So if you don't like the truth, Trump supporters, do me a favor. Please leave this live. I don't like dissension in the ranks. All right. And you guys are in the comment section crying and complaining, mumbling and grumbling. You don't have to be in this live if it's making you uncomfortable, all right? So go ahead, scroll out, leave. I don't necessarily care about the numbers, all right? I really just care about making sure I deliver this truth, all right? But you don't got to take my word for it. Listen to your leader.
If you're not happy here, then you can leave. As far as I'm concerned, if you hate our country,
we know you do.
If you're not happy here, you can leave. If you're not happy in the U.S., if you're complaining all the time, very simply, you can leave. You can leave right now. Come back if you want. Don't come back. It's okay too. But if you're not happy, you can leave.
And I mean that. I have a good friend of mine, Nutty Professor. He's made a very clear offer to all MAGA. We are willing to fly 7 Trump supporters to Russia. All right. Do we have any volunteer Trump supporters out there that want to go to Russia? All right. Listen, Vladimir Putin needs new soldiers. All right. And you're willing to fight. I know most of you Trump supporters are out of shape. You're out of shape. You keep talking about a civil war. You're gonna do something. But like I said yesterday, I don't believe any Trump supporter when they get on TikTok and they go, "There's going to be a civil war, Zeus." I'm like, listen, you barely could run around the block. You, you were just at McDonald's ordering a number one supersize with a Coke. How on earth are you going to be in shape to get out here with backpacks and heavy equipment and run around like it's Call of Duty? When was the last time you tried it, Trump supporters? Jesus Christ, I hate to think y'all saying this stuff and y'all sober when you're saying it. That's why I think most of these Trump supporters are on that stuff. They're on that stuff. All right. So yeah, cut it out. I don't believe no civil war is coming. And by the way, I would literally sit back and I'd be like, look at this guy. Oh, what's he doing? Oh, he's loading up the chopper like it's December 31st. Oh, where is he going? He won't even make it out of the parking lot. All right, let's get this show started. First things first. I gotta send, my condolences and support to those out there in the state of Florida that are dealing with Hurricane Idalia. All right, they said this was a Category 3 hurricane that made landfall in the state of Florida, and I do hope anybody that's impacted by this has really gotten out of the way and made it to safety. All right, because I get it. A lot of you believe you're stronger than Mother Nature, but the truth is, Mother Nature is undefeated. All right, so if you are able to get to safety, please do. If you didn't leave and you're still there, please do all you can to keep yourself and your family and your friends safe. All right. All right. So that's my I would say, PSA announcement about this hurricane. This is a very nasty storm. Ron DeSantis, he was out there campaigning and he had to take his behind back to Florida. And I said, yeah, please, Ron, stay in Florida. All right. You've done enough damage, Ron DeSantis. Just stay your behind in Florida and take care of your primary responsibilities. All right, Ron? We don't need you out here flying around doing anything else other than staying in Florida and taking care of your people. All right? Now, along those lines, ladies and gentlemen, what do I want to talk about next? Let me see what I want to bring up next. Okay, here we go. Let me see what I want to bring up next, ladies and gentlemen. What do I? Okay. Let me see. What do I want to bring up next? Let me see. You know what? I didn't get it here, but something. But you know what? I'll stay here. I want to bring this issue up about global warming and climate change, since we're talking about this hurricane. I want to make sure the Trump supporters know that the Republicans have been lying to their voters, and and those same voters are now losing their life. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, climate change is a story that fossil fuel billionaires and their GOP lackeys would rather you didn't know, right? As many more people are likely to be unalived by extraordinary severe weather in places where it used to be unusual to get harder and harder. Ladies and gentlemen, we're finding out that in a lot of these red states, all right, in a lot of these red states, citizens are finding out just how badly they've been screwed by the unholy alliance between Republicans and oil barons. I was in a live just a couple of days ago, and there's still folks on the right that they don't believe climate change is real. And you have to say to yourself, are you not paying attention to these weather events that are going on in the United States that never really happened? And these things weren't happening like this. They all of a sudden started to happen. Folks are running and panicking. Hurricanes coming left and right, stronger than they've ever been before. And these folks are out here still saying, I don't see anything going on. We need more gas. We need to burn those fossil fuels. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, severe weather in the United States is not only getting worse, it's moving. There's a reason for all of this, ladies and gentlemen. And basically what it boils down to is these weather events that we're seeing happening all across the United States is going to be the new normal. And although all probability is that this is just the beginning, and over time, ladies and gentlemen, it is expected to get worse. Listen, America has always had extreme weather when compared to other countries in the world, all right? We understand China is a larger country and it has more people, but what's going on, ladies and gentlemen, is the temperature of the ocean, down there in the Gulf, is heating up. It's heating up. Oil companies know this. They know this, but they're not. They're putting a bunch of misinformation out there to try to throw folks off of their scent. And at the end of the day, look at where all of these nasty weather phenomenons are actually taking place, ladies and gentlemen. All right, the United States, while there's a massive amount of land on either side of the European nation and land masses, the United States is bracketed by two large bodies of water, right? You got the Pacific Ocean and the Atlantic Ocean. We also have huge mountain ranges, the Rockies, that help determine where turbulent air from the west ends up, particularly as it encounters the colder air from the north and the warmer air over the Gulf of Mexico. All right. As North Carolina State's climatologist once said, where we are on the globe, adding, it's truly a little bit unlucky. All right. But now, as the Gulf of Mexico is heating up faster than the ocean on either side of us combined, with bomb cyclone cold weather coming down from Canada because melting ice in the Arctic is making the jet stream less stable, that severe weather is moving to the Midwest and the South. Yeah, Republicans, your constituents are lying to you about just how dangerous this stuff is. And this has been going on for quite a while. Listen, these folks have known this stuff since the 1970s. Over 50 years, oil companies, they've known this. And yet, you still have these MAGA possessed these are demonic folks. These are sick and twisted, deranged people that will get out here on TikTok and say, I don't believe climate change is real. Meanwhile, record breaking hurricanes sweeping all over the nation. Shoot, we almost had one out here in California. It came up from the west side. I'm like, when was the last time we've seen a hurricane on the West Coast? All right, we're known for earthquakes, not hurricane. But listen, you MAGA folks, too many of y'all got that demon inside of you, and I truly believe it's that demon that these Trump supporters got that is partially responsible for all of these nasty weather events. All right, so I just wanted to make sure we educate all of you out there who keep trying to deny climate change. I want to make sure you understand this is real, despite all of the nasty clickbait you've been listening to out here on the internet. And by the way, I got to say this, Trump supporters, just because the headline is catchy and it sounds interesting doesn't make it true. All right, I'm so over it. You know what they go? I don't watch the mainstream news. Why? Oh, because I'd rather go do my independent research, right? Where do you go? Where do you do your research? Oh, I get my information from, various places. They don't want to really tell you where they get it. 9 times out of 10, they're getting the information from clickbait. All right, and I equate clickbait. You know what I equate clickbait to? That's like fishing in a dumpster for an entree, right? You go to your favorite fast food restaurant and you go, yeah, I want this, and then they go in the back and they go, we aren't going to cook that for you, no, right? What do we look like cooking it up for you? That's what everyone does. How about this? How about we go back into our dumpster and, and get some food and then bring it in and give it to you? How about we do that? That's what I consider clickbait. They don't like me because I tell the truth, ladies and gentlemen. But I'd rather tell the truth and be realer than you than to be out here believing lies and misinformation. Speaking of clickbait, there's more misinformation going on. And why do we keep having MAGA spreading lies and misinformation about Michelle Obama? hate to say y'all out here being racist, but every time I hear Trump supporters talking about Michelle Obama, a black woman, the first black woman vice president at that, Barack Hussein Obama's wife, okay, the wife he hasn't cheated on with anyone, all right? You have never said anything positive about Michelle Obama. All you do is you target her because in your minds you reveal what you think about black women to everybody every time you reference them. I get it. I get it. All right. So MAGA, I'm gonna have to update your software this morning. All right. We got to unveil the truth and debunk claims of Michelle Obama mistreating her former chef, Tari Campbell. Ladies and gentlemen, this conspiracy got started with a headline, quote, Michelle Obama in trouble as evidence suggests her mistreating Obama chef. Let's go into this a little bit. This was the title of a video published in late August of 2023 on Drama Bay, one of a number of similar looking YouTube channels that promotes supposed news items from world celebrities and politics. At least 2 users also posted that video that reacted to the original clip. However, videos like this one about the former lady Michelle Obama and late family chef Tafari Campbell were nothing more than misleading clickbait. This is what I'm talking about. It's misleading clickbait. Where's clickbait at? I have a follower in here. His name is Clickbait. If you see him, this may be some of his nasty, dirty work. And I'm just bringing this to you Trump supporters' attention. You keep falling for clickbait. All right, you keep falling. Where's clickbait at? Clickbait, please raise your hand. Clickbait, you gotta take credit, clickbait, for all this wonderful work you're doing. You got an extra special power, clickbait. You know how to trick. You know how to trick these intelligent Trump supporters. You know, because some of them are lawyers. Some of them, are doctors. They're activists, they're climate specialists, whatever you want to call them. I mean, clickbait, you're doing one heck of a job. No, clickbait, I'll be honest. You're not tricking Zeus. No, clickbait, you're not tricking me. I know this stuff. I know stuff is real. I know stuff is fake. And all you got to do, Trump supporters, if you want to verify something is real, I'll do you a favor. Just come ask Zeus. I'll say, Zeus, I ran across this video on YouTube. Can you tell me if it's true or not? And I'll tell you, most of the time, it's not true, all right? At no time during the video's 8 minutes and 48 seconds was evidence presented that Michelle Obama had mistreated Campbell. And see, this is one of the tricks these clickbait individuals like to do. You think because the video is 8 minutes long, right? You got to say to yourself, 8 minutes, geez, there must be some meat on that bone if it's in 8 minutes. And you start to say, yeah, I can believe this stuff. And you end up going down this nasty rabbit hole where you're on the wrong side of history. Okay, so Trump supporters, I'm going to ask you once again, please stop spreading lies and misinformation. In particular, please stop doing it when it comes to the wonderful and beautiful Michelle Obama. All right, please do that. All right. Now let's move on. How much truth does Zeus bring every day? Oh, wow. Listen, it's at 80%. Come on, I got a lot of Trump supporters in here. It's normally at 110%. Oh, vote for Nikki Haley. Okay, Poker Dad. You still, I guess Nikki Haley is definitely better than Vivek, so I'll give you that. All right. Speaking of clickbait and nonsense, a judge, Judge Tanya Chutkan, she trolled Donald Trump and QAnon by picking the March 4th trial date. Ladies and gentlemen, here's some background. QAnon conspiracy theorists had put earlier hopes on March 4th as the date that Trump would be sworn in. Remember, we lived through this, ladies and gentlemen? Remember, we all lived through these various dates where Donald Trump was supposed to be reinstated. Remember that? Woo, Judge Tanya Chutkan. I tell you, she doesn't miss a thing. She is on point. March 4th, as the date Trump was supposed to be sworn in as president, the quote true inauguration date. Since March 4th is when presidents were sworn in before the 20th Amendment passed in 1933, which moved inauguration day to January 20th. But there was even a stranger theory behind that date, with QAnon followers claiming that the United States government had secretly turned into a corporation in 1871, meaning that all presidents that have served since Ulysses S. Grant have actually been illegitimate. The idea that Trump would be sworn in as the 19th president on March 4th, this is where their minds go, was enough to entice some QAnon followers to travel to Washington, D.C. to attend the non-existent ceremony, with Trump's D.C. hotel mysteriously choosing to jack up the room rates at around that date. Right, ladies and gentlemen? That's the backstory. So what they're saying is, whether this was done intentionally or not, Judge Tanya Chutkan has done probably one of the most amazing things by setting Donald Trump's trial date on March 4th, the date he was supposed to be reinstated as president. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's give Judge Tanya Chutkan a round of applause. What a great own! She owned them. She owned them. She owned them very well. She did. All right, let's move on to our next topic. All right. You know, we got to switch it up a little bit. Okay, greetings, Brother Attacking. Nice to see you in class bright and early. I'm looking at my time. Attacking, you're 20 minutes late. Actually, you're almost 30 minutes late, Attacking. What a shame. What a shame. All right. Mitt Romney blasts GOP hypocrisy on spending as the government shutdown threat looms. What a shame. Yeah. Senator Mitt Romney of Utah called out his own party ahead of a looming fight with the Democrats over government funding that is set to take place once Congress returns next month from its annual summer recess. Lawmakers, ladies and gentlemen, must pass a bill funding the government by September 30th, but demands for steep spending cuts. This is right. Deep spending cuts from the ultra-conservative wing of the House GOP are ratcheting up fears that another costly government shutdown may occur. Quote, this is what Mitt Romney said. When President Trump was president, you didn't hear anything from we Republicans about how we were spending too much and $1 trillion deficit. You were just quiet as little lambs. Wow. Quiet as little lambs. Romney noted in an interview, now President Biden is president and you're going, oh, we're going to shut down the government if we don't rein in spending. Well, we need to cut back on spending, but a little less hypocrisy would be a good thing. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, let's give Mitt Romney a round of applause for having the courage to stand up to MAGA. All right. Yeah, we know what these folks on the extreme right are trying to do. They want to cut funding to the police, right? They want to cut the DOJ's funding because they're afraid of Jack Smith. All right, it's not going to work though. But that's what they want to do. They want to cut funding that's helping the American people. You know, folks on Social Security. They want to cut that kind of funding. Oh yeah, and then they want to get out here and blame the Democrats. So I'm glad Mitt Romney. I really am glad that Mitt Romney is standing up to these liars and hypocrites. All right. And speaking of liars and hypocrites, listen, we're doing good on time. We are doing very great on time. All right. Let's move on to my next topic. All right. Recently indicted, John Eastman is among those vouching for Clarence Thomas's integrity. You can't make this stuff up. You can't make. I mean, you criminals vouching for criminals is what I would like to call this. John Eastman, a Trump allied lawyer, indicted in connection with efforts to overturn the 2020 presidential election results in Georgia, is among more than 100 of Supreme Court Clarence Thomas's former law clerks defending Thomas's integrity in an open letter. The undated letter, which appears to be in response to the fallout from a bombshell ProPublica article about, Clarence Thomas's lavish trips, those lavish trips we all know he was doing. This is where the letter is in response to. Quote, different paths led us to our year with Justice Thomas, and we have followed different paths since. But along the way, we all saw with our own eyes the same thing. This is what they said. We all saw the same thing. His integrity is unimpeachable, said this letter. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give John Eastman and Clarence Thomas what they deserve, their boos and the shame. Two folks without integrity trying to give each other compliments on their integrity. You must have lost your mind. This is what I'm talking about. This MAGA demon is something else. I've never seen folks just so brazen and unethical. They're proud to be unethical, and then they go around and say that we're the most ethical people out here. No, you're not. And we, the American people, we see you for what you are. What are you? Oh, you're hypocrites. Oh, speaking of hypocrites, all right, ladies and gentlemen, let's get to the nitty gritty, all right? What would a live like this be without talking about our good friend? Well, he's not our good friend. The most dangerous man on earth, right? The most dangerous man on earth. You want to know why he's dangerous? Because of what he did on January 6th, Donald J. Trump.
Now it is up to Congress to confront this egregious assault on our democracy.
Oh.
And after this, we're going to walk down, and I'll be there with you. We're going to walk down. We're going to walk down anyone you want, but I think right here, we're going to walk down to the Capitol.
Oh.
And we're going to cheer on our brave senators and congressmen and women. And we're probably not going to be cheering so much for some of them.
Right.
Because you'll never take back our country with weakness. You have to show strength, and you have to be strong.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, that's Donald Traitor Trump. I'm gonna call him that, like encouraging his supporters to attack the United States Capitol. And you can try to say, play the whole thing, Evan, all you want. But look at the results of that speech. Look at the results, Evan. You keep coming in here and trying to excuse it by saying, play the whole thing. I didn't rob the bank. Play the whole footage. Well, did you walk out the bank with the bag? Yeah? Okay, then. Your behind is guilty. Come on, Evan, wake up. I'm tired of doing the homework for you Trump supporters. I really, really am. I shouldn't have to do your homework. And if I have to do your homework, you know how this goes. All right, you know how it goes. If I do your homework, you can't come around and tell everyone that you're smarter than me. No, that's not how this works. So cut it out. All right. So Donald Trump wants to target Republicans opposed to impeaching Biden with MAGA challengers. I think it's hilarious. Yeah, I think it's hilarious because it just basically says there's not going to ever be a red wave for a few election cycles, right? House Speaker Kevin McCarthy is pushing to launch an impeachment inquiry into President Joe Biden without a formal vote in the United States House of Representatives to protect his vulnerable members in swing districts from taking a tough vote. And according to a new report from the wrath of the former President Donald Trump. So he's afraid of Donald Trump. This is what's going on in the Republican Party. And I don't know why they're afraid of him. I really don't. But listen, they're doing his dirty work and they're going to try to impeach President Biden. At the latest edition of Playbook, Trump, who has been breathing down McCarthy's neck to charge forward with a Biden impeachment, has suggested he'd use impeachment vote to smoke out any MAGA skeptical Republicans and support primary opponents against them. Wow. He's just doing his job. Many of the impeachment skeptical Republicans hail from districts that were won in 2020 by President Joe Biden, which means that primarying them with hardline MAGA candidates would likely doom the party chances of holding those seats in 2024, thus ending McCarthy's term as Speaker of the House just after 2 years. It's over. It's over, MAGA. It's over, Republicans. Listen, I got good friends who are Republicans, right? But I got some terrible news for both of you. For you Republicans and for the MAGA, it's over. You can't win. You can't win with Donald Trump in the background, pulling the strings like a puppet master. He got Kevin McCarthy, he got MAGA, and he got them all spread out throughout the Republican Party, making sure every step of the way. You heard what Chris Christie said? Trump, you should just drop out. No, Trump's not going to drop out. Because right now, Trump is fighting for his life. Yeah. Who do you think in the Republican candidate field or pool, out of all of those candidates running for office, who do you think is fighting for their life? Trump is he's a cornered, ferocious, wild animal. All of those other candidates, they're just in the way. They don't have a chance. Trump is going to do anything he can. You saw what he did on January 6th, right? He'll do anything he can to stay in power. You know good and well he'll do whatever he can to stop from going to jail. And if that means he got to put a few people in the dirt, so be it. I'm talking metaphorically. He doesn't care. If that means 10,000 Trump supporters got to go to jail so that he can be free, he'll do it. He doesn't care about nothing but himself. So that's why I say the Republican Party right now, as it stands, is doomed. You ever seen one of those movies? It's like a scary movie, right? You ever watch those scary movies and you start, Freddy Krueger or Jason, they're running behind you and you got to run. Your heart's beating real fast and you try to go right and then you see him and you're like, oh my gosh, I got to go left. Oh, you see him there too? Yeah, there's nowhere to run. That's what MAGA is doing to the Republican Party right now, and it's quite hilarious. So yes, ladies and gentlemen, join me in I don't know, what should we do? Watching MAGA crumble, right? Let's watch MAGA and the Republican Party crumble, right? I'm gonna get a lot of hate. I'm gonna get a lot of hate, especially to my Republican friend Zeus. What did I tell you? We are not Republicans. If someone could please tell Zeus he needs dark background to read. Well, I don't know if I could change the background. You see what that background says. But thank you, Peace and Locks. Yeah, that's the TikTok background. I can't control that. So sorry. All right, and my last and final topic. Yeah. I mean, some people can't see. I try to work. They said Zeus don't wear light colors. All right, so I don't wear light colors so that the text bounces off. But maybe it's my handsomeness, right, Leah? That could be what it is. My handsomeness is making it hard to read the comments and, Lucy! Thank you for the subscription, all right? My last and final topic, ladies and gentlemen, all right, is one of my favorite topics to cover, and many of you know exactly what it is. We know what my favorite topic is, ladies and gentlemen. Donald Trump's army, Proud Boy members face decades in prison for January 6th sedition. One of my favorite topics to cover, because when these Trump supporters, they always come at me and they try to say, Zeus, can't we just stop talking about January 6th? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. We're not going to stop talking about January 6th. Like we're not going to stop talking about slavery in this country. All right. I'm just being honest with you. It'll never be something that we can just say, you know what? That happened such a long time ago. We're all doing a lot better since it happened. Nope. We're not going to do that. I know slavery in January 6th is very different, but the trauma is just as real. All right. So along those lines, let's get into this. Former ringleader and 3 members of the neo-fascist gang. I'm so glad they call them Army and Gang. The one that called themselves the Foot Soldiers for the right. You know, yesterday I was having a live, right? Now, where's the guy that was here that was talking about peacefully and patriotically? You know, he was in the comment section saying, Trump said go peacefully and patriotically. Okay, well, listen. And you said this was all organized by Nancy Pelosi. So tell me what Nancy Pelosi's ties are to the Proud Boys. All right, please, one of you Trump supporters, connect the dots. Hello, Gretch, nice to see you. All right, please tell me what Nancy Pelosi's ties are to the Proud Boys, because you've done a great job misleading a lot of people, saying she was responsible for the attack on the Capitol. All right, and you still haven't explained to me what Trump's role was in terms of January 6th, considering he was there telling you to go hang out with Nancy Pelosi. You still haven't told me. More than 2 years after the attack, former Proud Boys leader Enrique Taddeo and 4 other men connected to the far-right group known for their black and yellow outfits appeared in a federal courtroom in prison orange jumpsuits to face what could be the longest sentence yet in connection with the violent siege. On May 4th, following a 4-month trial and 6 days of jury deliberation, Taddeo and 3 of 4 Proud Boys associates on trial alongside him were found what? Guilty of seditious conspiracy, amongst other charges. Federal prosecutors are now asking the judge this week. Federal prosecutors are asking the judge this week to sentence convicted Proud Boy members to 20 to 30 years behind bars. Good. In a sentencing memo, prosecutors said the men, quote, organized and directed a force of nearly 200 people to attack the heart of our democracy and intentionally positioned themselves at the vanguard of political violence in this country. The defendants understood the stakes. They embraced their role in bringing about a, quote, revolution. They unleashed a force on the Capitol that was calculated to exert their political will on elected officials by force and to undo the results of a democratic election. Prosecutors went on to write, they failed. They are not heroes. They are criminals. So listen up. All of you who are proud Trump supporters, who were saying to me, Zeus, I was there on January 6th. I want you to let these words ring true in your mind, all right, in your cerebral cortex. I want you to understand that Zeus, all right, I don't think of you as patriots. I don't think of you as peaceful. I don't think of you as heroes. I think of you, as these prosecutors say, failures, losers, not heroes, criminals, seditious, conspiracy theory, treasonous, evil, MAGA-possessed, demonic individuals. All right? And no, I don't want to have any conversations with you until you repent. Because like I've been saying, and I'm going to continue to say it to you, Trump supporters, if you do not get out of this cult that you are currently in with Donald J. Trump, you will definitely end up in jail, right? And if you do not get your soul right, all right, and that means you got to really repent. I gave a great speech last week about what true repentance is. If you do not repent, if you don't repent, then your next pit stop and your final destination will be hell. And I don't feel sorry for any Trump supporter that's currently in either of those places. If you are in jail, I don't feel sorry for you, because guess what? You at least have a chance to save your soul from going to hell. All right? So get it right while you're in jail. All right? And make sure you come out a better person. All right? But if you go into jail and you still want to believe the delusion, the lies, and misinformation, and you don't want to use the remaining existence that you got on this planet to do some sort of good, and you're going to sell your soul to Donald Trump for hell, go for it. You won't see me. I won't lose any sleep. I won't miss a nap. What I'll keep doing is making sure the world knows Donald Trump and his supporters have just taken another L. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, join me in sending Enrique and the Proud Boys off to prison. Join me in sending them off. Get them out of here. Get them out of here. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's open up the boxes and hear from those of you brave enough to. All right, let's get to the nitty gritty. It's time to hear from those of you who are brave enough to get in the box and tell the truth. All right, and no, I'm not arguing with Trump supporters today because you know what I said. You know what it's like talking to a Trump supporter. All right. You ever had one of those situations where you knew the conversation was going nowhere? Let me see. How do I open these boxes up? Yeah, I haven't done it. I haven't done it in a second, but I'll tell you what it's like. And this is why I don't debate Trump supporters. Zeus, why don't you debate me? No. I can talk to a person. Listen, ladies and gentlemen. I know how to talk to a person, and within 5 seconds, right? That's a long time, 5 seconds. I give it the first 2 seconds. I can tell you right now, within the first 2 seconds, whether or not this person is worth talking to. All right. I don't like to engage in conversations that I know aren't going anywhere, ladies and gentlemen. All right. And that's what it's like when you're talking to Trump supporters. Listen, MAGA hasn't gotten a single thing right since I've known them. All the predictions about Trump returning into office failed. Whatever happened to 22-380, Snuggles? Really? You got midterms wrong. You got the election wrong. You got January 6th wrong. As far as I'm concerned, you didn't think Trump was going to get indicted. Now you're running around here saying 0 convictions as if he's not going to get convicted. Listen up, Trump supporters. With 91 felony charges, do the math. Even if you took a fraction of that, Donald Trump will be convicted. So, no, I don't want to argue with a Trump supporter because the conversation isn't going anywhere, ladies and gentlemen. When you talk to a Trump supporter, it's like you ever had one of those cars, right? You ever had one of those cars, and you could just tell this car was nasty and it wasn't going to go anywhere. All right? It sounded a little something like this. Turn it off. Bad views, HVAC. Listen, Bushmaster. Listen. I can tell you right now, that car isn't going anywhere. It sounds great. I know. Listen, it got all the bells and whistles. I know. Listen, it turned right on when you started it up. But listen to me. Take it from me. That car, it needs a tune-up or something. I mean, when was the last time you got those spark plugs and distributor caps and rotors checked? Maybe you need some fuel injector cleaner in there, perhaps, because that thing sounds terrible. That car needs the hands of God on it, okay? And just like that, you MAGA folks that are possessed with that MAGA demon, you need the hands of God on your mind so that we can get that MAGA demon cast. Cast that MAGA demon out of you, all right? All right, because until then, I can't talk to you. I'll talk to you, and that demon will jump on me. Absolutely not. All right, let's bring up our first guest. Hey, welcome, Shady. How are you doing this morning?
Good morning. How are you, Zeus?
I'm doing all right. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Okay. Yeah, I'm doing. Yeah, I can. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I just wanted to come on and just kind of touch on what you said about, at this point, we see a lot of the MAGA people on here. They'll come on and try to play victims on their lives or come into liberal lives and say, well, it's just that, we want to be friends and everybody has to get along for America and, all of this divisiveness. It's just,
Right.
it's not good for our country. And I don't know where it came from.
Right.
Why are we fighting against each other? It's both sides. It's both. No, ma'am. No ma'am, no ham. It is not both sides. So we need to nip that right in the
Thank
bud.
you.
We need to stop. Y'all have been on these lives preaching hate, being nasty,
Facts.
calling us all kinds of names, and now y'all want to cry and say we need to be friends. Nah, I don't need friends like that.
Nope.
I don't
It's
need friends like that.
nope. Yeah, you're
And
right, Shady. I mean, and it's so easy. They love to play victim, don't
they do. They
they?
absolutely do. And
Mhm.
it's like now that they see all this stuff coming down with Trump, then it's, well, if he's guilty, then he's guilty. I'm not going to support him if he's guilty. So now they're trying to jump on that boat. That's what
Oh,
I hear. Well, if he is guilty, I'm looking at Vivek now,
oh,
so I am starting to hear that little tide of,
mm,
well, if he is guilty, I'm
if,
not saying that he is, but we're not Nicole. Like, if he's guilty, then I'm not gonna vote for him. But we all just need to get together, and they're trying
mm,
to take advantage of all of us. And
oh,
and I don't know why you hate us just because who we vote for, and we're
mm,
not racist just because we
mm,
vote for Trump. That doesn't mean we're
oh,
racist.
oh, they're backpedaling. Interesting.
Oh
Hmm,
yes. Oh
hmm.
yes. They're backpedaling like crazy. And Snuggles, Mr.
Oh,
Toilet Paper Man,
uh-oh.
is one of the worst of them when it
Really?
comes to just being divisive on this app.
Talk to him.
You go in this life and you go in his lives and you try to tell them the truth and they block you immediately.
Oh, he
But they come
blocks
in,
people?
oh yes, but they come in here and they try to
Wow.
whine about being blocked. But as soon as you
Mm,
go to Snugs Live and you say
mm,
something they don't like, which is the truth, because they
right.
are allergic to the truth,
Mm,
it's like they get
mm.
they get hives. They get hives when you tell the truth.
They do.
They
And I
need
like
Benadryl.
giving them hives too. When I get in there and I get in and I start mopping the floor with truth in there, you see what they do? Oh,
Oh
they
yeah.
start cursing at you.
Oh yeah. They lose their ever loving minds. They
They
start
do.
itching. And thank you, Ange. They was on Ange. They was just nasty. That MOD. They just talk
Oh,
nasty to people. They dox people. They
oh
do stuff that
my.
is just
Mm. E
ungodly, unchristian,
evil. It's
unchristian.
uncrit. Wow.
What would
Wow.
Jesus do? What would Jesus do? I'm
Right.
sure it's not that,
Yeah.
because they were nasty
Mm.
to her.
Mm.
They were so, I was just sitting in there like, are they really talking about people like this? Just disgusting.
Wow.
Just like high school little children.
Mm.
And
Mm.
then they
Mm.
have the
Mm.
nerve to say, but we want to be friends with you guys. We just want to get along for the United States. That's it,
Wow.
Zeus. But anyways,
Thank.
I ain't got time
Wow.
to be friends with these people.
Hey, listen, protect your peace, all right, Shady? A lot of people I would advise, listen, I'm with you. Stay out of their lives. These are some of the most nasty lives. Now, Zeus, I'm the MAGA whisperer, right?
You are Zeus.
I
Because I
go
lose
in
I,
there.
I lose my patience.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I knew these folks before they were characters on TikTok, so I know exactly how to strike with precision, all right? So if you go in there, enter at your own risk, but please understand, I'm in there doing a very, very strategic thing.
You and they're
Planting
doing
T.
God's work. You're doing God's work.
Absolutely. Yes, I'm planning TNT all over Snuggles lives. And then I'm out of there, and before you know it, it blows up.
You ain't lying. But anyways, have a good day, Zeus in the kingdom,
All
and
right.
bye y'all.
All right. All right. Shady Lane, ladies and gentlemen. Let's give the beautiful Shady Lane a round of applause. Yeah. What I like to do is I go in there with this big old big jugs of truth. These are like gallons of truth. I go in there. And I just go on in there and they look at me, Zeus, what are you doing? I'm like, oh, nothing. And I'm just pouring it all over the floor. Before I leave, I drop a match. Whoosh, the whole live's on fire. Next thing you know, Snuggles, his live gets reported. Zeus! Zeus got us suspended. No, I did not get you suspended. All I did was go in there and tell you the truth and watched how you reacted. It's one of the funnest things that I've ever learned how to do on this app. It truly does. It makes my day when I could go into a Snuggles Live and all I got to do is say, oh, President Biden, he's not a criminal. And they lose it. They just, oh, Zeus. And then they start arguing about President. It's one of the funnest things to do. I know they're not gonna believe me. I know that. Listen. They won't believe me because they're too intelligent to believe me, right? They think they're passing the class. All right, let's bring up our next guest. Ooh, the beautiful Yazzie. Welcome,
Good,
Yazzie. How are you?
good morning. Good morning. I'm going to go in to see a patient at their home. I'm supposed to be there at 8:30,
Oh,
but I'm going to get there just like 5 minutes late. But I just wanted to say, yes, when I've gone into Snugs or whatever live, they all
mm,
like, oh, Zeus isn't here to protect you. We can block you because Zeus isn't around. I'm like, what are you guys talking about?
mm.
I'm
They,
like, I said, I just want to throw some facts out. Can you guys look at? And they're like, you don't belong here. You need to leave. And they're like, we're gonna block you. I'm like, you guys can
wow.
block me if you want, but I think they won't because, you might, they'll tell Snuggles and Snuggles, you'll tell him, hey, don't block Yazzie.
I
Come on, be
will. And
nice.
yeah,
Yeah,
if
yeah,
any of Snuggles followers, moderators are muting my friends, it's,
yeah. I'm like, come
it's not
on.
gonna work. They know the
And,
rules.
and
We let them in this live, right? We don't,
right.
just come on in and get this
Yeah.
dose of truth, and don't be upset when we deliver it. Simple.
Well, yeah. Well, and the other day I blocked one person. It had 0 followers, 0 friends, and they were saying really yucky things. And I'm like, come on, we don't need our live shut down because we need this content for later. Zeus put some good stuff out for us,
Yeah.
some great music. But I just want to say I was at a live in Spanish. As you guys can see, I'm trying to help the Spanish speakers and all the
Mm,
Latins and help them with the truth too. And
right.
there's a guy that entered another liberal, one of our co-friends, whatever, and he was trying to spout like these things, and then he came to my live and he speaks English and Spanish, and he's like he gave them different facts. We can catch
Oh,
lies. We
oh,
can
he
catch
playing
lies.
both sides.
Yeah, he's like, well, I'm a owner of a corporate, no, a
Oh,
business, and I
here
pay
we go
100%
again.
of my employees' benefits. And I'm like, oh, I said, okay, what percentage? And he's like, I said, okay, how much do you pay? I said, what's the deductible? What's the maximum out of pocket?
Mm,
How much percent? And I said, so what type? Are you a corporation? Are you an LLC? Are you an S corporation? Please. What is your statute? What's your MP now? Not the numbers, but which one are you? And he could
right.
not say anything. I'm like, come on.
Liar.
I said, we can tell you're from
He's
like
liar
2 miles away. I
LLC.
don't even know. Just
Yeah, he's a
liar.
liar. Yeah, yeah. That's what most of
Well,
these Trump
and then
supporters
he's
are.
telling people he's trying to tell a guest on there that the reason they have high medical costs is because they don't take care of their health. Oh my gosh, I lost it then. I
Wow.
lost it and I didn't like
Now
it.
he's a
I didn't.
financial advisor.
And he's a victim blamer because you cannot tell people why they have health conditions. You have no right to opinionate on anybody's health history.
Nope.
Even if you're a doctor, hey, we're going to all try to do our best, but we deserve good health care for everyone, people, everyone.
Facts.
Well, at the end of the day, I just would let him get a word in. I just kept talking and talking over him, and I'm not usually like that. But I was
Yeah.
like, no, you're not going to belittle people. You're not going to treat people bad. We're here for marginalized groups, and we're all sticking together, guys. Have
Right.
a great day. I love you guys all in the kingdom. Thank
All
you.
right.
I'm driving, so I can't actually comment. Love you guys all. Have a great
All
day.
right.
Love
All
you.
right.
Love you, Zuzi. You're so handsome. Have the
All
best
right.
smile in the world.
Thank
Bye.
you. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up to the beautiful Yazzie. No lies detection. It seems like Snuggles needs to go over there and lay the law down to his moderators. Snuggles, if you're listening, get your moderators under control. All right, they shouldn't be coming in. You shouldn't be doing that to my friends over here. Okay, when they go over there, they're there to see Zeus in action. All right, and like I said, I'm bringing the truth. That y'all can yell and cry all you want, but this truth isn't going anywhere. I am bringing it. All right. And listen, you shouldn't be upset about me bringing it because all you're doing is running around saying you're winning, zero conviction. So why are you afraid of little old Zeus? All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's bring up our next guest. Truth is irony. Welcome. Oh, Snuggles is still
Zeus,
Yes, good morning. How are you?
Man, I'm great. How are you, sir?
I'm doing all right. I'm feeling great, like I've eaten 10,000 boxes of Frosted Flakes. You know the deal.
Well, hey, listen, man. I gotta tell you, your live is awesome all the time.
Thank you.
I don't get the chance to listen as much as I would like, but every time you bring the truth.
Mm,
So here's what I'd like to debunk. You probably already done it, but
mm.
there's a narrative out there that the election had to be stolen because Trump won 2,400 counties while Biden only won 400. The actual
Oh,
number
okay.
that you heard that one?
I heard the number in terms about the what was it, 71 versus 84 million, but I didn't hear this one about the counties. Please update my software.
Yeah. So one of these Republican podcasters, right wingers, who
Mm,
always comes with misinformation, put out there, yeah, Trump won 2,400 counties, Biden only won 400. The math doesn't add up.
right.
But
When was did this guy that said the math doesn't add up, did he produce any qualifications in terms of his background when it comes to math?
I'm pretty sure it was Charlie Kirk, and
Mm,
nah, nah.
okay. I just wanted to make sure.
Yeah, no, there was no he has no background in mathematics at all.
Mm, mm,
So here's how that works. I
mm,
live in New Jersey.
mm-hmm.
In New Jersey, we have Bergen County that has almost 1 million residents, and we
Right.
have Essex County, which has almost 900,000.
Mm-hmm.
Bergen County by itself, if you add the bottom 7 counties together, combine them,
Mm-hmm.
they would not equal the same amount of people that's in Bergen County. They would be about 100,000 people short.
Right. Interesting.
So, yeah, so if Trump won all 7 of those counties but lost Bergen County, he would still
Mm,
be short in the
mm,
in the total vote count. Now, there's also Essex County, which
mm-hmm.
has 900,000.
Mm,
Now, if he won that county but lost, I'm saying Biden won Essex County, but he lost the bottom 6, he would still have more votes.
mm.
Why?
Why?
Because because the math.
Mm.
Because there's more people in that one county than there is in the total of those 6 counties.
Right.
So,
That makes sense.
in a nutshell, counties don't vote, people do.
Tell them. Tell
So if
them.
you don't have enough people in your county, I don't care if you win a 5,000 counties and Biden only wins 10. The amount of votes is what counts.
Thank you.
I'm sure you already know this. Do you know that the city of New York City has more
Well,
people in
listen.
it?
We gotta
Yeah.
move on, my brother. All right, because we gotta keep it
Well,
under
I
3 minutes, or
appreciate you.
these folks are gonna yell at Zeus. All right,
Yeah,
I do
no, no,
want.
it's all good. It's all good. Thanks for having me on, man. I
But yeah,
appreciate you.
I think the main thing that I want to make sure we emphasize that you said is people vote, not counties, right?
Right.
You said right. All right.
Absolutely.
So when they get out
Yeah.
here and start talking county talk, you remind them what does counties got to do with the number of people. All right. Thank you, brother. Truth is irony. All right. Let's
Yes,
give
sir.
Truth is Irony a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, we could talk. We really could talk. I would love to, but these folks are getting real worked up these days. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's bring up our next guest. Let's see who we have here. Who do we have here next, ladies and gentlemen? Let's see. Let's see if it goes through. I don't know if we've done business before. I really don't know. Well, I guess you must be on that MAGA Wi-Fi. Going once. It looks like the MAGA Wi-Fi thing. All right, going once, going twice. Sold. Evertone Allen, you can send another request. All right. Let's bring up our next panelist. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome the beautiful Shay.
Hey, how are you?
I'm all right. How are you?
I'm good. So, yeah, I mean, I was kind of thinking about talking about the Gadsden flag. You know, there was that kid that was,
yeah. I heard of them.
And the thing is, you know, I don't think he necessarily needs to get in trouble for that kind of stuff, but you know, what the right needs to understand is that, you know, much like the stars and bars, right? The rebel flag, Confederate flag, it has been tainted by white supremacists. And you can take the original meaning of the flag, which did come from the North, but then when the Civil War happened, there was a group of Confederates that actually raised it in the harbor. And so after that, they tore down that flag and stamped all over it. And so then the Confederates took it and the Southerners took it as their new meaning of being not stomped on, not trampled on, not treaded on. Okay.
Wow.
So then they changed the color from white to yellow, right? And so then it became the symbol of secessionists, right? And slave owners. And that is what happened. And so when we see the Gadsden flag now, it's often paraded as two folds, either from people that believe in the Southern history of owning slaves and white supremacy. But it's also a symbol of, you know, well, we're not getting our way. So you saw it at the Trump rallies, you see it at the Trump rallies, and so it's also become that symbol of the Tea Party started using it big time.
Wow.
And so obviously, you know, the new Tea Party is MAGA. So it this, right? So it is twofold, as in you don't want your rights trampled on. You want to stand strong against a large federal government. It is that. It's also been used in a way of as the new rebel flag. So, okay, so they try to sneak it in as far as like, oh well, it's not the rebel flag. So, but the Gadsden flag was used as that symbolicness throughout the Civil War. It just was, and so that is that. And so, I wouldn't want, whether I believed in smaller government or whether I was on the right, I wouldn't want my child going to school with any kind of rebel flag, any kind of thing like that, just to say, hey, you don't want to send a symbolicness. Your kid should not, number one, be political in school because it is a political flag. And I just think that that's not where it belongs. Now, do I think you need to be expelled for it? Absolutely not. But there are standards. You know, the reason in school that we have, you know, things that you can't wear and things that you can't have and too short or too long or whatever the situation is to create a sense of uniformity within the school, which is important. And that's why those things exist. And that's it. So if you don't want your kid getting in trouble, make sure they don't have any kind of, you know, political stuff. And that goes for the left. I wouldn't want them having any of that kind of stuff too. So, and that's it. It's not where it belongs. And that kid doesn't even know what the hell that flag meant anyway. It's the damn parents that put it on his freaking backpack. But anyway, I digress. But yes, that is the history of the Gadsden flag. So if you're flying that, I know who you are. So, yep, that's it. Along with that little red hat you love to wear. All right, that's it. I'm out.
All right.
All right, love you guys.
All right.
Have a great day.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's give it to the beautiful Shay.
I always got to bring the history. I try anyway.
Yes, I love it. That's what we like to do. We're entertaining and educating folks. All right, Shay, I really do appreciate all you do. You see that, ladies and gentlemen? It's not that hard to get in the box and tell the truth. It's like my grandmother always says, tell the truth and shame the devil. Now, I see there's some dissension in the comment section. You know, the Trump supporters still here. They're crying and complaining. They're complaining still, and I don't get it. If you don't like the content that we're cooking up over here, why are you here? You don't have to be here. You can leave.
If you're not happy here, then you can leave. As far as I'm concerned, if you hate our country,
we know you do.
If you're not happy here, you can leave. If you're not happy in the U.S., if you're complaining all the time, very simply, you can leave. You can leave right now. Come back if you want. Don't come back. It's okay too. But if you're not happy, you can leave.
The offer still stands. We need some Trump supporters to raise their hand if they would like us to help fund you to go to Russia. I have a good friend out here who's willing to pay for 7 Trump supporters to go to Russia, all right? And I know a lot of you think, well, first of all, can you please put your hands up, all right, if you want a trip to Russia, we're willing to help you get there. I'll do my part to make sure we acknowledge you and get you to where you need to get that ticket, all right? Now, a lot of people out here, they think I'm mean to these Trump supporters, but I'm not mean. I'm not mean with MAGA, but I have to be honest, and I have to be brutally honest. And along those lines, you know, like my good friend Angela says, right? The gloves are off, right? The gloves are off now, Trump supporters. And it's now time to have those tough conversations.
Everyone knows he's, and I wouldn't have said this 3 weeks ago.
You wouldn't have.
I wouldn't have said it. I was actually very kind to him. I was very kind to him, but now we can't be kind anymore because the gloves are off. The jar has been opened.
Right? The gloves are off and the jar has been opened. All right, MAGA, so listen up. We no longer can sit back and allow you to run roughshod, all right? Run roughshod. Welcome, Takesha. Welcome. How are you doing? Good morning.
What's going on, dude? What's going on?
You know, just another day in the kingdom. How about you?
Listen, poor Mitt Romney. By 12 o'clock, he gonna be a rhino.
Uh-oh.
You know how they do. You know, by 12 o'clock, they're gonna be saying he a rhino. You know how they pull him out when they don't support stuff. He's a rhino.
Oh my God.
And they ran her supporting the real rhino. Humpty Trumpty. Humpty Trumpty. Listen, Zeus. Humpty Trumpty wanted it all. Humpty Trumpty had a great fall. All the fake electors and all the Trumplicans couldn't get Trump back in the White House again.
That's funny. Where you get this stuff from?
Listen, Zeus. Yeah. Did you hear the man from the Freedom Caucus said they ain't got no evidence on Biden, but they gonna impeach him anyway?
Oh, I heard.
What kind of foolishness? Where are all the tapes? Where are the tapes, Zeus? Where's the evidence that's gonna come out? Where are the bank statements, Zeus? Where's all that stuff that they told us to wait on? You know, they said give it some weeks. They've got him. They've got all this evidence. And now the man come out and said I ain't got a doggone thing, but they're gonna impeach the man anyway. Who does foolishness like this, Zeus?
Someone that's very evil, MAGA possessed, demonic, right?
These folks are crazy. So you gonna impeach him? He's not gonna be out of office because we're not gonna convict him. So whatever to do,
right?
It's really ridiculous.
Even if they did, wouldn't that just mean Kamala Harris would be the president?
Exactly. So what are they trying to accomplish? Not a doggone thing. Listen, they about to make the first black woman the president of the United States. They so ignorant. Listen, and Kevin McCarthy is weaker than butt muscles doing diarrhea. He ain't got no control. No control, Zeus. No backbone, no nothing. You hear me?
Go ahead. You know what? Go ahead and finish him.
It just don't make no sense. I'm getting sick of all of them. They all are just pitiful. They run around behind the strawberry blonde 215-pound man. They done put on their Asics jails and they done tied their shoelaces and they running, Zeus. They running like they running out of time. And they running, Zeus. And it don't make no sense. They giving more support to him than his depends. What are we doing?
Oh my God.
What are we doing, Zeus?
I can't explain this. Listen, I don't know what to say about what they doing.
Then they come in here and want to lie on Biden and think we just gonna sit back and take it. Please go away. Please go away.
Oh my God. Oh my
And that's
God.
all I got to say because I don't want to go over my time.
All right. You did a great job doing what you
All
did to
right,
MAGA.
friend.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up to the beautiful sister Takesha. Not only did she finish him, but I think we could call that a fatality, right?
Fatality.
It's over, MAGA. It's over. All right. Thank you, Sister Takesha. Another blistering rebuke to MAGA. Listen, MAGA, it's over. Your party doesn't represent anything the American people want anymore. We've seen it and we've had enough, and it is now time to repent. All right, let's bring up our next guest, the beautiful Angela.
Good morning.
Welcome.
How are you? How you
I'm
gonna
all right.
bring me up after Takesha?
Oh,
How you gonna bring me up after that? I think she
well,
finished it. Don't
well,
you think
well,
she
listen.
finished it?
Well, there's always more to finish, okay? She definitely handled her business, right? She handled
Oh
it very
gosh,
well.
I love her. She's probably my favorite here. I have to
Yeah.
say, I mean, with her, the gloves really are off.
They
I
really
say
are.
I say that the gloves are off, but no, Takesha's gloves are.
Yeah.
They've been off.
Yeah. I
I
agree.
I cannot compare to that. And of course, I've come up to celebrate that we've put some more traitors behind bars, and
God
maybe
bless.
what, hopefully 20, 30 years like they belong. The insurrectionists attempted, they couldn't even do that right. They can't do anything right. I just want to address, I want to thank Shady Lane for coming up here and her kind words. And I'm trying to stay above the MAGA demons.
Thank you.
And the words that you've given me have really helped. You know, it's
You're
still been
welcome.
a rough couple days, but I always think about, and I got to tell everybody in here,
What is it?
you're positive. You are good people. We are on, they say the right side, but no, the left side. We are the left side where we want to be, where we are kind and we are caring and we
Thank you.
try to stay above. The gloves
Thank
are
you.
off in some sense, but in other senses, we stay above this foolishness and
We
this
do.
demonic, absolutely demonic behavior. Stay
Thank
above
you.
it, guys.
Thank
It
you.
hurts, but we got to stay above it and show we are the better people. That is what we are. And that's what I want to say. That's
Thank
all
you.
I want to say. And thank you to everyone. Everyone has reached out to me. We have great people over here. They tell the truth and they are kind. And keep it up, guys. And I
All
love
right.
you all very,
Oh, wow.
very much. And
Wow.
have a wonderful day. Thanks for having me.
You're absolutely welcome.
Take
All
care
right.
now.
All right, you two, ladies and gentlemen, let's give a round of applause to the beautiful Angela. Yeah, it is a strong demonic delusion plaguing the MAGA party right now. Their ringleader, Donald Trump, has unleashed a nasty, strong delusion over these folks' minds. They don't know if they're going or coming. These folks, they don't know if they're going or coming. They don't know if they living or if they walking dead. They living in a glass house, but they think no one can see what they do. Yeah. They think they look cute when they look ugly. You ever seen somebody out here thinking they look cute, but they really look toe up? That's what MAGA looks like. They on that stuff, and they need to get help. They really do need help. I don't need any help. You know, this is when someone tells you, I don't need any help, that person right there most likely needs help. I don't have an alcohol problem. Look at Rudy Giuliani, drunk as a skunk. And Donald Trump taking advice from a drunk. They said, you saw that stuff rolling down his face when he was giving that one press conference. I had one person leave me a comment and said, Zeus, that was Hennessy coming down the side of his. I'm like, wow. I want to say it wasn't. I do want to say it wasn't Hennessy, but listen, it was the same color. It was the same color. So, and he was drunk during election night. So I can't put a finger on it, but I don't want to get caught spreading lies and misinformation. But it was a comment, and it was funny, and so I had to laugh and share that with all of you. All right, let's bring up our next guest. All right. Oh my gosh. All right. Oh, all right. Got to go with my subscriber, Brother Greg. Welcome. Well, Greg is more than that. He's a good friend. Greg, welcome. How are you doing, my friend?
Hello, Zeus. How are we this
Oh,
morning?
I'm doing all right. Are you in the bunker or?
No.
Oh,
I'm getting out of the room here because the baby's in
nice.
there. The
Okay,
baby's
you're
in
in the
there,
bed.
so I
Okay.
gotta.
Okay.
Yeah, no, that was motor oil that was coming off of Rudy's head. Actually, that wasn't even.
That
That
wasn't
was.
Hennessy?
It wasn't Hennessy. No, Hennessy
Okay,
comes out a
okay.
little clearer
Okay,
than that,
okay.
I would think.
Okay.
Um,
It may have been mixed with something. I don't know. But keep
yeah.
going.
So the thing is that Republicans have this thing now where they like to say, we're tired of spending money in Ukraine. We're just tired
Mm.
of it. We're so tired of it. We want to spend money on our own people. Well, this is the same Republican Party that voted down $1.9 trillion from President Biden's COVID relief. Every
Oh,
single Republican voted against it.
oh, I remember. And that was money that was supposed to help the people.
Right. So that was money that was supposed to help the people in the United States.
Wow.
But of course,
Wow.
and their thing is they say, well, you know, there were maybe some goodies in there that they didn't
Mm,
like, right? But
right.
the Republican Party never sends that back without any empty bill. They never,
Mm,
negotiated. Nope. What they did is they just said, nope, we're not going to vote for this.
mm,
So
mm.
the next thing
Wow.
that the next time that you hear this, you need to remind them that they don't actually vote
Hmm.
for, they don't, they
They
don't
don't
actually
vote
vote.
to help
No,
people, do they? Yeah. I've
no,
never seen a Republican bill come across my desk that was for helping people. I've never
right.
seen one.
And then you have the PACT Act, which they got bullied into passing because
Mm,
Jon Stewart made them
mm,
silly.
mm,
Basically, he
mm,
said, there's no difference in wording in here. The Republicans are lying. Um,
Typical.
so if you read, well, you don't even have to read the bill, but if you see it, Jon Stewart had even said that there was no change in any of the literature, no change in
Mm,
any of the funding, no
mm,
change in discretionary spending,
mm.
nothing like that.
Wow.
So, and just remember, the only thing that the Republicans actually voted for with the Democrats on a bipartisan basis was the infrastructure bill. But
Thank
they
you.
but they didn't do the social infrastructure bill. They wouldn't do the
Oh,
second
so
part of that bill.
so nothing to help the people.
Right. So they
Here
don't
we go
really,
again. Liars.
yeah, they
Social
don't really
liars.
actually care about the people. They only care about it when it's convenient for them. And when they
Wow.
talk about the debt, they only care about that when it's convenient for them. Because think
Exactly.
about it. Oh, that's my time. But
Yeah.
yeah, no, but just think about it. I mean, they have, they've just had many times where they didn't vote for things for the American people, but yet,
Fair enough.
but I don't want to take over the time. So
All
I
right. Well, thank you,
appreciate you.
Brother Greg. No problem. And,
Thank you.
have a great rest of your morning. All right.
Thank
Ladies
you,
and
sir.
gentlemen, let's give Brother Greg a round of applause. No lies detected. Now, somebody asked, what have the Democrats done to help people? I got a list of President Biden and Kamala Harris's accomplishments, right? I just want to remind you, President Biden cut childhood poverty in half through the American Rescue Plan. Oh, what about achieving historically low unemployment rates? Oh, what about investing in $369 billion in climate change? Oh, the bipartisan infrastructure, creating more jobs in 1 year than any other president in American history, giving Medicare the power to negotiate prescription drug prices through the Inflation Reduction Act. How about that? The CHIPS Act, the PACT Act. Oh, and one of my favorite things that I like to make sure you folks understand is he appointed the first black woman vice president, Kamala Harris, as well as the historic Supreme Court confirmation of Judge Ketanji Brown, another black woman. So when they get out here and they start lying to me and telling me this is what Republicans done to help black folks, or this is what Republicans are doing to help people, or Latino people, or folks with disability, I go, you know what? Show me. And they have yet to produce any evidence to show me that this is what the Republicans are doing. The only thing the Republicans are doing right now, especially, I can't say Republicans, let me clear that up. MAGA is doing is they are trying their best to give Donald Trump a second term, and they're willing to sell their souls to do it. All right, let's bring up our next panelist. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have someone I've never done business with. Greetings. Good morning. Chow, how do you say that? Chow?
It's Chow Papa.
Chow Papa. All right, greetings. Our first time doing business?
Oh, yeah. How you doing today, Zeus?
I'm all right. All right. Well, you know how this goes, right?
Oh, yeah.
All right. I got some questions to ask you, and how you answer them determines your fate in this kingdom. Fair enough?
Fair enough.
Okay. All right. In your opinion, was the 2020 election stolen by President Biden?
By President Biden? No. Trump.
Hey! Good answer. All right. Next question. All right. In your opinion, who would you say is responsible for the attack on the Capitol on January 6th?
100% Trump.
Hey! You got a lot of people out there upset with you. But I hope you can bear it. And I got one last final question, and it's going to come at you like a curveball.
No
all right.
problem.
A lot of people, they mess up on this question, but I'm going to ask it anyway.
Okay.
In your opinion, is President Biden or Hillary Clinton guilty of any crimes?
In my opinion?
Yeah.
Are they guilty of any specific crimes or any crimes in general?
In crimes in general.
You know, I'm going to say no because I go based I go based off of evidence. When you show evidence, then I make my determination.
All right. Well, listen, welcome to the kingdom. I'm giving you a follow. And now the floor is yours. You got 3 minutes to make your case. What do you got for us, my good friend?
It's just so, it's not even, it's getting to the point where it's not even funny with these MAGAs anymore. Believe it or not, it's actually dangerous. And I'm not fear-mongering anybody, but it's dangerous, the fact of how our country has done. Like, we're not even in the same time zone as MAGA. Like, this is a new breed that hasn't been discovered.
Right.
You know what I mean? They can't even come to simple logic as, they want to say, lock up Biden, lock up Hillary how long did we hear lock up Hillary? They had the House and the Senate to do it, but they cannot find one shred of evidence. Not only that, she testified for 11, maybe 12 hours. Never once plead the fifth, like former Don the Con would say, only criminals and cartels or drug dealers and cartels plead the fifth. And it's just now sounding that they think, Hillary, the whole Hillary, lock her up. Even, what's her name?
Someone said she's a good liar. Somebody in the comments said Hillary's a good liar. What do you got to say about that?
She's a good liar? Okay, if you say that, at the bottom line, if you have all this evidence even against President Biden, here's the thing. First and foremost, if you tried to prosecute him right now, he can't be prosecuted because he's a sitting president. Let's get that out of the way. So the only way you would have to be able to do it is you have to impeach him twice and remove him from office. However, here's the big key. You have to have actual evidence to impeach him and remove him from office.
Thank you. By the book.
Not these whistleblowers of yada yada this or yada. Every time they get a whistleblower, they get their crowd so pumped up, and then they come back and they can't find the witnesses anymore. Supposedly, they can't do this. They can't. It's an excuse. And then since after the pandemic, for 2 years, all we heard was Joe Biden's inflation, Joe Biden's gas prices, Joe Biden this. Once they took the House, name me one bill that they even implemented to help the American people with inflation.
One bill!
This and that. Not one bill whatsoever. Okay? And so the first thing they said when they asked them, what is your priority to help the American people? Well, let's put that to the side because our focus is Hunter Biden.
Oh, God. Hunter Biden. Wow.
And that's why I tell everybody, like, it makes no sense. And I tell everybody that I go live with MAGA, and I tell them, if Donald Trump is convicted, because let's be real, he's innocent until proven guilty. We know that. Let's go by the logic of the law. Okay, great. If he is guilty, would you still vote for him? And they say yes, then I don't want to hear one single shred of, if, with anything with BLM or this and that, because the biggest thing, I'm sorry. Let me just finish this real quick. Sorry about that.
Keep going.
I said, you want to use the logic of, oh, well, he's a criminal. He has a criminal history. So, whatever he did, he must have been guilty. No. Now, if Donald Trump is guilty, guess what? He has a criminal history. It's on paper now. So I don't want to hear no BS.
We don't want to hear it.
All
right. Well, listen, Chow Papa, it was a pleasure having you. It was a great conversation. I could talk to you a long time. Listen, we should go talk in the closet of truth later. You know how we do.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Because this is what we got to do. We got to break it down for MAGA so they understand.
Exactly.
These are English words we're using, and it shouldn't be this difficult to comprehend. Exactly. But I got to move on, all right, my good friend?
I understand. Thank you for letting me up.
Anytime. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's give Chow Papa a round of applause. I do want to answer the question about someone says, do I think there's going to be a civil war? And I want to say this to the Trump supporters again. Red Crown, greetings. I don't think you Trump supporters are truly in shape to be able to carry out what it takes to do a civil war. Most Trump supporters out of shape, on some sort of medication, barely can run around the block. The only exercise they get in the day is they drive to McDonald's to order a #1 supersized with a Coke. That's a Big Mac. All right. And so I don't think most of you MAGA supporters are in enough shape to actually carry out the civil war. So I think it's just you out here being silly. You're getting loaded on the medication you're taking, and you just start blurting out whatever comes into your mind. So I don't think there's going to be a civil war. I strongly doubt it. So, right, I just encourage you to sit your special behind down and listen to this special broadcast, okay? Because we're done. We all know where MAGA stands. MAGA stands for evil, and then you can do your own research and find out what falls under the umbrella of evil. But MAGA represents evil, all right? And we don't need to really hear too much from you. Just sit your special behind down and listen to this special broadcast. Now, we're running out of time, and Zeus does got to go, but I'll say this, and it's a joke I'm going to continue to say to the Trump supporters. I'm going to continue to say this joke to you. What do you call a criminal that doesn't get caught? Yeah, what do you call a criminal that doesn't get caught? Okay? You want to know the answer? Yeah, Biden. That's a good answer. Or innocent. All right, because that's how this works in this country. Everyone's innocent until proven guilty. All right. So yes, a criminal. And listen, you all run red lights. You all speed. Everyone's out here. We know how this game works. We're all probably doing something. All right. So what do you call a criminal that doesn't get caught? As far as the books goes, the history books and the legal books, innocent. Or as some like to say, President Biden. Now, on the other side, what do you call a criminal that keeps getting caught, ladies and gentlemen? What do you call a criminal that keeps getting caught? The answer is quite plain and simple. Guilty! A loser! A 2-time impeached, 4 times indicted, 91 felony former president. Guilty. Donald J. Trump. All right? So when you're out here and you're spreading the misinformation about Biden being a criminal, hell, I'll give you that. All of us could be criminals, but it doesn't count until you've been actually convicted, all right? And Biden and Donald Trump, he's been indicted. He's been indicted 4 times, facing 91 felonies. I'm pretty confident that if I had to take an educated guess, or as they like to say in the scientific community, if I had to give you a hypothesis, I would give you the hypothesis of this. Anybody that has 91 felony charges and has been indicted 4 times, right? If you were to ask me, between a person with that going on or a person that has not been indicted, Which of the two do I think most likely is a criminal? I would bet you top dollar. I bet all I have on all of my accounts. I would say that I'll bet everything I got. That's a deal. This person has 91 felonies. This one does it. Oh yeah. My bet is that this person most likely is going to get convicted and be found guilty of those crimes. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, when these Trump supporters get out here and they start trying to deflect and pivot, you remind them of what the stats are. All right. And along those lines, ladies and gentlemen, it is truly time for Zeus to depart and tend to the other affairs in the kingdom. I may be back to do the Closet of Truth later today. I may not. To the folks out there in Florida that are dealing with the hurricane, please be safe. I want to thank my panelists. I want to thank my subscribers. I want to thank all of my friends that come in here and make this show one of the funnest shows every morning, Monday through Friday, 6:30 a.m. Pacific time. I actually want to thank MAGA, especially you Trump supporters who weathered the storm and you stayed in this live and you continue to listen to this truth. I thank you as well. So I want to make sure you all give yourselves a round of applause. All right. It's one of the rare times where we all can actually come together despite our differences and, engage one another in a healthy and productive way for the most part. So, along those lines, ladies and gentlemen, take care. Have a great rest of your morning. And really, really stay safe out there. All right. I'm out of here. And I really am the most handsome, ladies and gentlemen. Take care. Have a great rest of your morning. Zeus. This is how I sound when I'm talking like Zeus. This is how I stare when I'm looking like Zeus. I like to act a fool when I'm moving like Zeus. My move when I'm grooving like Zeus. You're thinking that you're cool till I pull up like Zeus. God. Angela, thank you. Hey, wow, look at all those Zeus hands. Look at all the hats. Listen, you all are amazing. Red Crown, I'll get you next time, my brother. Please come back. You are high risk. Mix all in the mix. I put a bounty on your head. This is way dark tree shade. Lazy dog. Thank you to my subscribers. Angela, thank you. Player hating on the gods, though you. I tried to be patient, but you had to light my fuse. I'm taking all these snakes. Miss Boss Diva, thank you. Always repping the gear. Donna, thank you. Mia, thank you. This is how I move when I'm acting like Zeus. This is how I sound when I'm talking like Zeus. This is how I stare when I'm looking like Zeus. I like to act a fool when I'm moving like Zeus. Don't be playing with my move when I'm grooving like Zeus. Thinking that you're cool till I pull up like Zeus. Thunder in the sky, light you up like Zeus. Thank you. Tiffany, I love you too. You say you wanted facts, well, I'm living proof. I've been waiting for this moment now. I gotta choose. If you play around with love, then you're guaranteed to lose. I didn't make the game of rules, so don't play me like a fool. Hey. People telling me be cool. I'm just sitting on my throne while you looking like a goof. Trying to let loose with the truth. Yeah, grab your goose. Hey, little mama, let me play with your caboose. I know the ladies love me because I'm sweet like a tooth. Play a hating on the gods, boy, you're such a douche. Such a douche. I love you all. That's why they call me Zeus. Oh, you want to hear that one, Dark Tree? I'll play it. I like to act a fool when I'm moving like Zeus. You know what? I should, huh? Maybe I will.
Because there also be something where they put documents all over the floor so that
Yes.
Donald Trump is indicted and they take one charge and they turn it into 36 charges.
Yes. Yes. Reggie! Oh, yes, Boker Dad, I'm out of here. Where you at, Reggie? He's the range.
He's deranged. Jack Smith. 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 Donald Trump is indicted and they take one charge and they turn it into 36 charges.
Right.
And he's a big Trump hater. Openly, he's a Trump hater. And his wife is even more of a Trump hater.
Right. All right, Dark Tree, you asked for it. Fine.
I am giving the defendants the opportunity to voluntarily surrender no later than noon on Friday, the 25th day of August, 2020. Every individual charged in the indictment is charged with one count of violating
Tell us about it. Please tell us. Yeah.
Today, based on information developed by that investigation, a Fulton County grand jury returns a true bill of indictment. Every individual charged in the indictment is charged with one count of violating Georgia's Racketeer, Influence, and Corrupt Organizations Act. The indictment brings felony charges against
Who?
Donald John Trump.
Who?
William Louis Giuliani.
Who?
John Charles Easton.
Who?
Mark Randall Middle.
Hey. Hey. I told you, Dark Tree, I was going to give it to you. All right. One last time.
I am giving the defendants the opportunity to voluntarily surrender no later than noon on Friday, the 25th day of August, 2023.
All right, and one last one.
Jack Smith. He's a Trump hater. His wife's a Trump hater. His family is a Trump hater.
You got to get Jack Smith in, too. Anything you can.
But he's a harasser and abuser, and he's a big Trump hater. Openly, he's a Trump hater. And his wife is even more of a Trump hater. He's deranged. He's deranged.
John Randy! All right, I got to get out of here. Anything they can to hurt Trump. Get him, Jack! All right, I'm out of here.